2K Sports. With Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. And alongside us is Shams Charania. We'll be hanging out, chatting with us for a bit. Shams, great to have you with us as always, man.
Absolutely. And BA, there's a lot to talk about these days, so thanks for having me.
Tee us up now. Is the news robust or minimal at this time of year?
Oh, BA, it's always fluid with me.
And a look now at Minnesota's upcoming schedule. On Wednesday, they'll host the Washington Wizards. Then on Friday, they'll be playing against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
Some might look at this schedule and already mark off how many wins they'll get. But I think that's a mistake. You can never take a night off in the NBA. Even the ones you think will be easy are tough.
And now, Dallas' starting group. Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with flag. Then it's Daniel Gafford, then there's LaMelo Ball, and it's Christie in at the two-guard position. And for Minnesota, McDaniels at the 3 with Randall at the 4. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo, then there's Naz Reid, and it's Shannon in at the shooting guard position. And this summer, the NBA owners approving the $1.5 billion sale of the Minnesota Timberwolves, Sean.
How about that? An absolute steal. We're never going to see a team sold for $1.5 billion again, BA. And when you see a team selling like that, it means more investments are coming. The Wolves play in the second oldest arena in the NBA, so I'm told getting a new one built over the next decade is the next order of business for the Timberwolves.
Feels like the right time for an up-and-coming team. They were almost there last season. Now here's Ball. To the left side wing. For 3, Gafford. The shot, no good. Nice D from Reid. And here's McDaniels. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Randall, a screen on Christie. Back to Daniels. Outside, DiVincenzo. Pass to Randall. Out to DiVincenzo. Just 4 to shoot. McDaniels from long range. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Here are the Mavericks now with the ball. This game against Minnesota is the first time they've met this year.
Winning the season series last year in a battle of middle-of-the-pack teams.
Yeah, they were able to make the plays to come out on top, but it really could have gone either way. And you could say the same for tonight's game.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now.
Guys, I think free throw shooting is all about rhythm and confidence, and he hasn't been able to establish any rhythm there this season.
And he makes the first.
You really have to appreciate and respect the spirit Giannis plays the game with, a beacon of energy and enthusiasm for his team. They all feed off of him with an attitude of joy and unselfishness.
He's off on the second.
He's a nightly triple-double threat, and I think Giannis is the most unguardable player in the game.
McDaniels passes to Randall. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Right side Reid. Randall deciding where to go with it. Here's Shannon. Off target from three-point range.
3 misses to start the game, still trying to break the seal on that hoop.
And the sense was the back half of this year's draft was a little thinner than normal. Why was that, Sean?
It's because the money is getting bigger and bigger in college basketball. And a lot of those potential late first or second round picks can just simply make more money in college than go to the NBA. So as these new rules start to regulate and the revenues potentially get shared more across the schools, potentially it normalizes it a little bit. But these players in college are able to make essentially the NBA minimum, if not higher the NBA minimum, even as second-round potential picks.
Yeah, good point. Here's Shannon. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Rough patch here, 5 straight misses to begin the game.
Gafford finds Christie. There's Ball with a 3. Reid with the rebound. Minnesota has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. Reid, a screen on Antetokounmpo. Out to DiVincenzo. Uncovered. And he hits the jump shot.
Well, that's a nice play. DiVincenzo's a bankable jump shooter from just about any range.
Here's Christie. We saw him with 11 points in his last game. To the inside. Stolen by Reed. Ball against DiVincenzo. Here's Shannon. Randall outside. Beyond the arc. And it's flagged with a rebound. For Dallas, they've gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Chris Finch. Coach told me, quote, "Our success defensively in this one hinges on how we guard LaMelo Ball." He continued, "Not only is Ball a 3-level scorer, he's a top-tier passer with excellent court vision. And we've got to do our best to make him uncomfortable out there." Brian, back to you.
Allie, thank you. Randall can't hit.
The defense made an impact right there. Definitely got him uncomfortable going up with it.
And a busy summer for trade, Shams. What went into that frenzy of activity?
Yeah, only the Nets had significant cap space, so that meant it was going to be a lot of trades, not a ton of free agent movement. Also, with a much greater level of parity, the East is wide open, and teams are really sensing there's a chance here to go for it. We saw that with the Desmond Bane trade in Orlando.
You feel like we may go on the same kind of roll next summer?
Yeah, I think next summer there'll be much more free agent movement. There's going to be about 10 to 12 teams with significant cap space in the summer of 2026.
Shams, you got to get all your cell phones charged up, baby.
They're ready.
Minnesota shooting their first free throws of the night. He's off on the first.
You're looking for a guy that plays with a bit of an edge. Julius Randle is your man. I mean, he's been an All-NBA selection on multiple occasions.
Good on the second one. So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Failing to find a rhythm offensively. Something that needs to change and change soon.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Making a change here. Washington's checked in. And right here on the 2K leaderboard, the best rebounding teams of the past 10 games. The Mavericks, #1.
And over the last 10 games, this team has brought it to the glass. Everyone is getting involved and trying to help one another secure boards.
The Mavericks trailing. And when it comes to NBA moves, a pretty great summer for the state of Texas, Shams.
Ton of action in Texas, BA. Cooper flagged to Dallas, Dylan Harper to San Antonio, and Kevin Durant to Houston. These are major moves, and it's going to be hard to mess with Texas. These teams are loading up. They're all trying to be a contender in the Western Conference.
That Texas triangle is going to be formidable once again real soon. Nice shot by DiVincenzo.
Just cannot allow DiVincenzo to shoot it from there.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
And Giannis throws it down.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And so it's Dallas with it, following the score by Minnesota. And it's flag missing.
Open midi right there. That's letting the defense off the hook when you don't cash in.
To the wing, right side. Pass to Randall. Here's DiVincenzo. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. DiVincenzo's got 8.
I just love the ball movement.
Now ball. No points yet. And that one's good.
Boy, I really like that aggressiveness from Ball, taking it right into the defense.
Pass to Shannon. And here's Randall. Now Reed lets the 3 fly. Washington grabs the miss. Now here's Ball. Phenomenal stats on a consistent basis. Puts up over 24 points a game. Here's Christie. Here's Washington. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce.
Well, I tell you, you look at Washington's motor and his effort, a lot to like about both. I mean, he uses length and instincts to do a good job on the glass.
Now here's Randall. What a tremendous game he played against Denver. Shot clock at 6. Reed, a screen on Washington. Randall can't hit.
Putting up a goose egg, bageled this period. At this point, you have to run the offense through somebody else. I mean, that's your only choice.
Antetokounmpo against Reed. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's interesting, Shams, that Commissioner Silver said injuries in the 2025 playoffs were the second lowest in a decade, but big injuries, Achilles injuries to Tatum and Lillard and Halliburton. It didn't feel that way.
No, and it's really unfortunate. Those are some really serious injuries to some seriously important players in the NBA, and given the gravity of that, it's clearly an issue that goes beyond the playoffs. I'm told the league is continuing to gather the data. Of course, player health is in everyone's best interest of the league. Adam Silver, they're paying a very close eye to this.
That free throw no good. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Gobert's checked in for Reed. Ingles comes in for Randall. Clark is checked in for McDaniels. And it's Highland in for Shannon. Adams checked in for the Mavericks. Rollins comes in for Christie. And the second free throw is good. Minnesota leading by 3. Outside, Ingles. Back to Highland. From deep. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Coming off a win against the Blazers.
Thanks to their stellar defensive intensity, they registered a ton of stops in that one.
And the hustle they showed on that end was infectious, contagious. I mean, their squad really got after it.
Now here's Clark. Right now averaging 5.5 a game.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Antetokounmpo for 3. Here's Adams, and Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Marshall, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Here's Washington. In his last outing, 8 points for him. He nails it, and we're tied. Washington's got 5 now.
Boy, he's a stretch 4 now with a dangerous outside shot. Washington loves letting that one fly from there.
And with picks 2 and 3 in this year's draft, Shams, we saw the Spurs and the Sixers add to already crowded backcourt rotations.
The draft is really a talent grab, so you have to go for the best available. But we saw in the finals the value of having multiple guys who can play with the ball in their hands, spread the floor, do multiple things on the court, and the competitiveness is a big part of this. The ability to play both ends is a big part of this. So all of those traits increasingly important to win in today's NBA.
And And the go-ahead bucket, no good. He got it. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. Minnesota shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Highland with it. We saw him with 11 points in his last game. Pass to Ingles. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Washington's got 4 rebounds now. Now Adams. Back to Marshall. Adams a screen. Here's Rollins. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now here's DiVincenzo. And in that win against the Nuggets, he was a major factor as well. Highland misses.
The way they've gotten after rebounds has been impressive.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Here's Ball. He had 25 points in his last game. He shoots over DiVincenzo. Ball no good.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
The Timberwolves coach, Chris Finch, said, "We're a team based on movement, cutting, and fluidity. That burden also falls on Anthony Edwards to move and accommodate his teammates. For his part, Ant said his focus is being what the team needs me to be, a leader by example, and showing them that I'm coachable." Back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. And there's the whistle. The illegal screen is the call.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Green's checked in for Washington. Now here's Clark. Back to Highland. There's the triple. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
And here's Ball. Outside, Green. Clark grabs the board. The Timberwolves lead by 5. And A.J. Green is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. There's a minute 12 left to play in the first quarter. Clark in the post. Green covering. Gobert with a screen on Ball. 6 to shoot. Gobert no good.
Already +5 in terms of rebound margin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And Minnesota with possession here. Leading by 5. They're coming off a win against the Nuggets.
They were lights out from beyond the arc, and they spaced the floor beautifully in that one.
There's all kind of talk in the game today about stretching the floor, because when you do that, everything else just becomes a little easier.
And so it's Dallas with it, following the three-pointer by Minnesota. Count it.
He'll do that for you, too. Ball can go mid-range if he needs to.
And so it's Highland who brings up the ball for Minnesota. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Minnesota shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game. Daniel Gafford's checked in for the Mavericks. Off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. Mavericks trail by 7. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
No such thing as an easy bucket most of the time in the NBA, but I'm surprised he missed that.
Right side, DiVincenzo. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Dante DiVincenzo making things happen for Minnesota. And during that quarter, he was everywhere, just wreaking havoc. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for the Timberwolves.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
Another big component of their game early on has been their execution on the fast break. They're getting a bunch of easy baskets, pushing it in transition.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. They've got Daniel Gafford. Najee Marshall is out there with Flag. Then there's Max Christie, and it's Rollins in at the point guard position. Back to Gafford. And out of bounds, Minnesota will have it. We are now into November, so let's check in on the standings in the Western Conference. Taking a look at Minnesota, things stacking up nicely for them so far. Number one in their conference and looking formidable. And of course, there's Dallas, a game and a half behind.
Seeing where the Timberwolves are, you have to really give it to them. I mean, they are backing up all the preseason hype. They've been outstanding early.
It appears to me, though, that this group has all the ingredients for a special season.
Here's Shannon. Drops in the layup for two. Shannon's gotten his first points in this one.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Here's Rollins. Back to Marshall. It's deflected.
Nice swat by Randall, putting the D on big time.
Outside, Highland. Pass to McDaniels. Here's Shannon, defended by Christie. From 8 feet away. Randall can't hit. Mavericks trail by 9. Here's Christie. No points so far. Here's Rollins. Here's Flag. No good that time. Randall with some nice D. The Timberwolves lead by 9. Second quarter, a little over a minute and a half in. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Rollins. The Mavericks have got none of their first 3 shots to fall so far in the second. Pass to Marshall. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
He relishes his role in this offense, and he's a natural leader, too.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Guys, he's slightly fallen off his pace from a year ago at the line, and those points from the stripe have been a little harder to come by.
Naz Reid's checked in for Gobert. Dallas also making some changes. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Gafford, and Washington is subbed in for Rollins. And the free throw, no good. The Timberwolves have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Outside Reid. Pass to Randall. Back to Reid. Over on Antetokounmpo. Ooh, and once again off the mark by Minnesota. Mavericks trail by 7. Christie finds Washington. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. The Timberwolves shooting only 31% in the game. Washington against Highland. Pass to Shannon. The 3 is up. Another miss by Minnesota. Oh, no. He may have gotten injured right there. Man, he's in a lot of pain.
Yeah, so tough. I mean, guys, I feel bad for him and the whole team. I hope it's not as bad as it looks.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, this is why you build out your depth as best you can. I mean, you just never know when injuries might show up.
Rollins.
Let's have a look at the teams who have been shooting the ball the most consistently these past 10 games. The Timberwolves, third.
Recently, they've been effective in getting good looks. Field goal percentages are typically tied to the quality of your shots.
Mavericks trail by 7. Antetokounmpo outside. Against contact. Giannis stays strong.
Boy, the added work in the weight room for Giannis coming into play there. I mean, you got to send an army to try to stop this guy.
Outside, Highland. Pass to Shannon. Now here's Randall. Antetokounmpo covering. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. They pin that one on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Boy, the creative finishing ability of Randall draws a lot of fouls.
And this will be his third and fourth free throws of the game here. And he drops the first. And Randall drops them both. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Antetokounmpo outside. Yes, sir! Giannis showing the range.
Developing the catch-and-shoot jumper. Giannis has done a nice job with that.
Minnesota leading by 4. Pass to Highland. Now here's McDaniels. Steps back. 6 on the shot clock. Randall against Antetokounmpo. Randall can't hit.
He hasn't hit a single shot yet, but somehow as a team, they're getting it done.
Count the basket. Washington's got 7.
Proving he can capitalize from this area too. Washington being assertive and looking to score. I like it.
Outside McDaniels. Here's Highland. And the three-pointer goes. Give him 8.
Defensive mix-up for sure right there. Somehow he was left open.
Here's Rollins. He's guarded by Highland. Antetokounmpo against Randall with the 7-footer. And too long on the shot. And here's McDaniels. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Wizards. And that'll be the finale in their 4-game homestand. And the shot goes down. And now it's a 7-point Minnesota lead.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
Now Antetokounmpo. 26 points for him last game against Portland. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Christie passes to Antetokounmpo. He's off on that one. Good work defensively by Randall. Outside, Highland puts up a 3. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Antetokounmpo has got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Washington. Here's Rollins. Here's the 3. Knocks down the long J. Rollins has got his 2nd bucket on the night.
Keeping that head on the swivel, eyes alert. Washington doing a nice job finding his man there.
Now Randall. Outside, Highland. 4-3. Mavericks with a rebound.
I think everybody in the building expected him to make that collective shot.
Antetokounmpo outside. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got rebound number 7 tonight. And Giannis Antetokounmpo picks up that foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And that's 2 fouls for him so far. But I still think he needs to stay aggressive.
Some changes for Minnesota. Clark comes in for Shannon. And it's DiVincenzo in for Highland. And Dallas also making a switch. Green's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now here's DiVincenzo. Give him 8. Randall outside. There's the 3. Offensive rebound. Reed. That one falls. His second make in 5 attempts.
Saving that trip. Nas Reed turning a miss into a bucket.
So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Making a change here. Ingles is checked in. Marshall, he's checked in for the Mavericks. LaMelo Ball comes in for Rollins. Mavericks trail by 6. Marshall outside. McDaniels with some nice D. Minnesota's gone just 1 of 6 from the perimeter here in the second. Now here's DiVincenzo. Give him 8. The offensive rebound. Reed, good. And now it's an 8-point Minnesota lead.
He's finally started to settle down here in the second quarter. Just needed to work up a sweat.
Ball passes to Washington, and that's out of bounds. Last touch by Washington.
First in opponent points per game, and no one in the NBA has done a better job than them of finding second chance points. They crash every board and really work hard to try and find points every trip down.
And you got to commend the defensive effort. They are #1 in opponent field goal percentage because they play for one another on this end and take pride in shutting down whoever they play. DiVincenzo against Ball. Outside Reed. 5 to shoot. McDaniels from long range. It's rebounded by Dallas. Here's Green. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2. Clark with it. 6 points for him. Here is DiVincenzo. Outside McDaniels. Back to DiVincenzo. Just 5 to shoot. And Ball's over to help. DiVincenzo, pass to Reed. Pulls it. Washington grabs the miss. Washington's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Green. Some nice ball movement by Dallas. Ball surveys the floor. No good with the triple. Minnesota leading by 6. Here's DiVincenzo. Give him 8. And here's Clark for 3. Adams grabs the miss.
After knocking down 2 threes in the first quarter, he's been a non-factor from deep.
Ooh, lots of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws will follow that whistle. Dallas shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. Free throw good. Green. Gobert's checked in for Reed. And both free throws good for Green. And Minnesota has possession. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. DiVincenzo against ball. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen. And now with a break, here are the best passing teams in the NBA so far. 5th, the Timberwolves.
This is a squad that understands the importance of being unselfish and moving the ball. You love to watch smart basketball like that.
So for Dallas, Daniel Gafford comes in for Adams, and Max Christie subbed in for Washington. Now Ball.
And Ball really confident even amongst the big fellas inside, which is why he's able to draw these fouls.
It's his first trip to the line. And that one falls for Ball.
You know, with LaMelo, you really have a one-man offense. I mean, there's not much he can't do on this end of the court.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Minnesota in the lead. DiVincenzo on the wing. Minnesota again missing.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
There's the steal. DiVincenzo against Ball. Gafford the screen from deep. Okay! Ball with the deep three.
Flashing his long ball range. The defense has to guard Ball everywhere.
Well, the Timberwolves shooting poorly, just 30% so far. Back to DiVincenzo. Pass to Ingles to win the drought. Gets the three to fall. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Ball. 9 points in the game. Here's Marshall. The shot off that time. Excellent D there from Ingles. All right, Chomps, we know you got to hop back on your phone in case you have to break any news. Thank you for being with us here tonight. Great stuff.
Happy to be here, B.A. Thank you.
Well, that was fun having Shams sit in with us. I tell you what, if you're looking for the inside scoop, he's the guy.
So true. He's got his finger on the pulse of this entire league. If something's going down, you can count on him letting everybody know about it.
And there's DiVincenzo with the quick trigger. Cannot give him any room defensively. You've got to eliminate his airspace.
Green, the pass to Ball. Gafford with a screen on DiVincenzo. Ball tipped. Out of bounds. It'll be Timberwolves ball. And how about we check the numbers for LaMelo Ball?
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
Minnesota leading by 5. Now here's Clark. 6 points for him. Down low. Gafford with the block. And he gets it back. Clock at 6. Outside McDaniels. Over Green. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
The three, DiVincenzo. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
You know, he's been one of those players. They've won it on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
That free throw misses. The Mavericks making a switch here. He hits the second from the line. And so it's Minnesota closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. They've been lights out from deep, and it's a big reason why they have a lead in this one. More 2K action in just a moment.
Hello and welcome. First up, folks, let's take a moment to see how things are shaking down in the Rookie of the Year race.
Yeah, these guys are already playing great. I like their futures, brighter than our shiny heads under these lights.
Ah, yes, to be follically challenged. Most rookies don't know about that yet. And talking about our game now, a very solid first half for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Putting this through the box score, the Shaq supercomputer, the passing has been A-OK.
Well, I don't have a Super Shaq computer, whatever that is. But the eye test is very easy. They're sharing it, and they've checked their egos at the door.
Same thing I came up with.
Glad you could join us. Ryan Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the third quarter.